let's start. The conversation that we're currently having right now is all about not some of the artists, but let's just say a massive majority of the artist population around the world not willing to pay for the promotion of their crafts, and keep on accusing people for being scams. We do understand that the scams are out there, that's a fact, but then not everybody's a scam. Skye, carry on about your experience, please.
Oh, my experience.
Earlier.
Yeah, because I mean, the amount of times that I've had people reach out to me just confused on what they're actually paying for, when you could give them like a very specific list on what that investment is for. And even show them proof of results as well, and mention that based on, especially for us with Diverse Beats, based on our experience, our bad experiences within the industry, that's why we've created this company where it does everything to avoid being scammed and make sure that you're actually getting the right attention. But because there are so many people within, I'm going to say, like within major labels and big management companies, where they keep putting on, say, social media and with their artists as well, saying never pay for this kind of service, it should always be through a big name, this and that. But the thing is, there's so many artists, so many writers at such a early stage in their creative, on the creative level of things, where they need a small team in order to level up, so that you can have, you know, bigger labels if you want that, to invest in you. But you do need to look into smaller teams and development and marketing as well. But of course, I always recommend just like jump on a Zoom call with them, see them face to face. If you can go for a coffee, then even better. And just have a list of questions ready so that you can ask them and put them in their place if you want to. But it's crazy.
I just don't understand why would people think, okay, maybe I can understand the fact that there are a few scam people, companies out there. Cool. That's just, it's a part of the game. It's a part. You can't just go around and just point things at people are saying, oh, I think you're a scam. Because
it gives a bad, it's very, say like we reach out to an artist and we think this person's, you know, got some good demos, good potential, and the first impression they give us is, I think you're a scam, I don't want to work with you anymore. Of course I will say
I think you're stupid.
But of course that I would like reassure them the best way that I can, and, you know, give them the you know, the proof in the pudding and say what we do. But if someone's constantly pushing your buttons and saying things like, no, you're a scam, I heard this and that from YouTube, it's like, well, okay, you believe what you want to believe, but I was just saying my opinion. I thought you had potential, but all the best.
I mean, the key word would be trust, wouldn't it? I mean, like there's only so much you can do via text, and if somebody still doesn't trust you after seeing you, you know, face to face via a Zoom call or a Skype, you give them the proof, like you were saying, Skye. You can show them a list of people, you can show them the numbers, you can show them what we could be doing for them, what they get from going through Diverse Beats. And if they still don't trust it, I mean, you know what I mean? It is what it is. If they're not willing to take a leap, you know, and trust, even especially whenever they see you face to face, which I still don't understand, then it's entirely up to them, and they could be very well missing out on the number one thing they needed to boost their music career, you know, trusting in that promotion, that small team to push you forward, you know, introduce you to those people and open those doors.
And you know what, I love to, Serhat knows this, I love to compare a lot of music industry stuff to relationships and dating.
That's true.
It's very, very similar, because it's the same situation here where, say you're on Tinder and you get a lot of catfishes now on Tinder. And there's someone that you really like the look of. They're exactly your type, like physically. And the whole point of that is to gain the trust that they're actually a real person. So you gain that relationship by going through that talking stage, get to know them, ask questions.
Yeah.
If it works out and you get a good vibe, then say, cool, let's actually meet face to face, or jump on a call, let's have a phone call, just anything, just to build that relationship, and build, like you said, build the trust, that foundation.
Yeah.
And then go from there. But if you're calling people out and say, no, you're a scam, you're a fake, you're a catfish, then of course they're not going to want to get to know you better.
Yeah, absolutely
Mad.
They have to be open to it, don't they? I mean, if you're going to close yourself off and be straight out the gate saying, no, I don't trust you, but you don't give them a chance to show that they might be the one to trust. I mean, let me precurse this by saying, absolutely don't trust everybody that you're meeting online. You know what I mean? But with us, for example, like, let them have a second to answer some questions. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Let us show you what it is we could do for you. Let's meet face to face or Skype face to face to make that area of trust a hell of a lot easier. I
mean, we even tell people when we're on the Zoom calls with the clients, we even tell them, saying, listen, we are not promising you an airplay. What we are promising you is that we are going to deliver your piece of art to this entity that might give it a spin. It could be a radio station. It could be a DJ that's playing at a festival. Like, that's what we are promising. We promise that we will deliver it to them. But we can't like strangle the next, you have to play this tune. We can't do that. No one can. Okay, cool. Maybe a couple of people out there who have the power that can pull a few strings and they can make it happen. We can't. What we can do is promise that we will send your tune to these people, to these DJs, to this radio station. And guess what? Most of the time, our promos gets downloaded and they get played. But it all ends up with the product you are providing us. You know what I mean? If you come up to me with a piece of crap, I will not even take your money. I'm sorry. I'm not going to jeopardize my company and my reputation. I'm building a name here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to turn around and just to get a few quid from you. Like, I'm not going to, okay, cool, give me the money and then see that. No, I never done that. Never, ever in my life. People actually, two clients, this happened last year. They come up to me, are you seriously rejecting my promo? I said, yes, I am seriously rejecting your promo because the quality is not there. And I am not going to take your money just to get some money from you and then not be able to deliver anything. And then you're going to turn around and talk shit about me. I'm not going to have that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then he goes, well, I have respect for you. I said, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool, man. I think we've all, I hate to use the word rejected, but it kind of is. Just turn someone down just based on the fact that it's not at a standard where it needs to be. And that's just proof on how marketing and how the whole process works in the music business, where everything is a development stage. You can't just go from writing your first ever song to, cool, put me on Radio 1. It doesn't work like that. Like, let's take the baby steps. Let's make sure it's at the strongest stage. Let's see what we can do. Put it out there. Let's see if it gets any downloads and go from there. But they don't realize that, and they have to see. And I always advise this to so many artists: is I want you to really do some research on some of the biggest artists out there and how did they start. Like, really find some good interviews where they talk about their really, really early stages. What exactly did they do? And you will see that it was a process. It was a hell of a process. Like, it's crazy. People on the quick fix.
Yeah, some clients ask me, they've asked me, oh, what have you done for yourself that you're going to promote my music? Well, to begin with, I've been in the industry for 20 years. Secondly, I've had airplays on Capital Extra, BBC One Extra, Radio 1, bloody Kiss FM. I've played in fucking multiple festivals. I have evidence that I can show you, like pictures, flyers, so on and so forth. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And then when I show them these evidence, they're like, oh, I didn't know that. I said, Well, then don't have stupid ideas in your head if you didn't know it. You know what I mean? What's the word for it? There's a saying for it. There's a saying for that. You know, people don't be judgmental. That's the one. Do not be judgmental. You know what I mean? Like,
don't walk before you can run.
Exactly. If you're not sure about a company, go and do a bit of research. You know what I mean? Do your own research before you start throwing allegations or accusations to these people. You know what I mean? And then this is where people actually fail, because now I could have helped you, but guess what? I'm not going to.
Yeah.
You know, that's your loss, not mine.
Everyone knows this in the music industry. It doesn't matter what stage you're at, what your profession is, but everybody knows that it is a relationship industry.
It is.
And if you can't even build the simple relationships, which are people that are reaching out to you to say, I like those demos that I heard on YouTube or Instagram. What can we do to help take it further? And you're jumping at their throats saying, what do you do? Or you're a scam, or you're this, you're that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Have a nice life. Enjoy your career.
See you later.
He's crazy. It doesn't matter where you are at or what stage you're at. You need to build foundation, like relationships, trustworthy relationships. Because, sorry, but you ain't going to go far at all. Not at all.
I mean, the music industry itself, like it's recently, especially because of COVID and things like that, it seems like it can get smaller. The doors can shut off a hell of a lot. Like, you might find yourself backed into a corner, but at no point ever will there not be an opportunity for you to open a door for yourself. And that could be as simple as talking to somebody who knows what they're talking about. Like, message somebody, have a Skype call, you know, and for free. Like, you know, you can talk to somebody like with any of us. You can get inspiration, you can get an idea of promotion, you can have that interaction with somebody that will help you recognize that there are doors to be opened. It's not always going to be a trap door. You know what I mean? You're not going to be in a corner.
Exactly.
You know what? I have a small story. Like, when I worked in publishing, there was a young girl. She was incredibly talented, incredibly talented. She had some fucking amazing songs. And we said, yeah, we can pitch this to Katy Perry, Kesha, we could do this. She was fucking sick. And we had the contracts kind of ready, you know, everything was moving forward, always talking to the managers, just keeping them updated with everything. And in the process, we were still meeting with the artist, the writer that we were going to sign. And not long before the day that we said we're going to sign her, we all had a team meeting. We said, there's something about her ego, her attitude that we don't like. It feels off. And just like that, we said, we don't want her a part of our roster, because her ego just got in the way, because she felt like she could have everything handed to her. Because, yeah, you're fucking talented. Well done. Like, I praise you on that. But because there's so much of your personal attitude got in the way, that can hinder so much. And just like that, we said, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to pass on this. So it just shows that you need to stay humble. It doesn't matter what stage you're at, whether you are writing your first ever title to your first ever song, or you are amazing and you could potentially pitch your songs to global artists around the world. You have to stay humble and always ask questions about, how can I move forward? How can I get better?
Yeah.
What was her reaction to
that? This is the funny thing, and this kind of proved our point, but she was so taken back by it that she kind of just gave us more attitude that we knew she had in her. So it just proved our point of, she thinks she's too good for us. Also, she was really negotiating a much bigger advance than we could offer.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And she deserved every penny. Whatever she was negotiating, she deserved every penny. But because, you know, I was at a smaller label, we couldn't offer that. But she just there's a lot of attitude. And you know what? I did check her out on social media recently, and she's not doing the most amazing at the moment.
Really?
too great, yeah. And it's because of that reason. Easily.
It's not worth burning those bridges then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like closing those doors.
Exactly. And this is why us as a team, our team is growing. We always say we hire based on personalities and your attitude towards not just, music industry, but towards life as well. Because this is what gets you far.
Yeah.
Do you know how I got my first Radio 1 airplay?
Hi.
I had to book the DJ twice.
Oh, yeah?
I booked him twice, and the third time we became friends. I handed on my demo, and then when he went back to UK, I played it straight away.
Oh, no way.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's a relationship industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could be so fucking good, but if you don't know the right people, I'm not saying you're never going to get anywhere, don't get me wrong, but then knowing the right people, being in the right attitude, having the right friendship sort of relationship with these people can sort of shorten the time.
Yeah.
So true.
It's like make us want to help you. Make us want to, like I say with dating, make us want to date you, make us attracted to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, enjoy that connection. Yeah.
I mean, this is literally how it works. So if I am knocking on your door and presenting you something that might be able to change your life around, not on the first time, maybe the second or third time.
Yeah.
But if I'm helping you sort of carve the pathway that's going to actually allow you to get to where you want to get in life because you don't know how to get there by yourself, come down your high bloody horse. You know what I mean? It's just, just be down to earth and just let's make this happen. People think we're on the hunt for the money. No, bro. Like we making money. That's cool. You know what I mean? We're cool. But then when we coming up to you and telling you, listen, that when we say we are hearing potential here, that we mean that shit. That we actually hear potential. It's not like, money. No.
That's the thing. I think a lot of artists don't know that we don't say that all the time.
No.
We don't reach out to everyone and say like you've got potential. It's a scouting game. We have to hunt for this potential. It's not just like, putting your hand in a hat and just seeing what you pick out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not at all.
Yeah, like we listen to the music, that's why we reach out. That's why we want to get a relationship built with this person, because we recognize that you definitely have talent, but if you're not willing to, communicate well, if you think straight off the bat this is going to be a scam, then there's nowhere, like, for both of us. It's not just you're not going to make a friend with promotion. You're not going to be able to advance yourself that way, but also same as us, we're not going to be able to get good music out there. We're not going to be able to promote you, Well,
I mean, there we go. Yesterday's Monday's Kiss FM Airplay, and then last week DJ Isa downloaded another of our promos. I mean, that goes to show that what we're doing here is actually 100% legit.
Absolutely.
And then when all this stuff gets posted on social media, which they already are, and basically these sideliners, because they are sideliners, they will always sit on the sideline, complain, cry, but never do anything about it. When they see all these things are happening for other people, they start questioning, why is it not happening to me? Because you're a crybaby, you question everything, you have trust issues, and when someone come up to you like, well, you're a scam. No, we're not a scam, you idiot. You know what I mean? We're just crying.
Yeah, we tried to help.
Dude, I mean, it's a give and take. I'm not going to do it for free. Of course, I have to get my money's and my time's worth. I mean, I remember when this company was first being established, I remember staying up until 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, contacting people. Would you like to be a part of my company so we can send you promotional music? What's your email? And when I got that piece of email, I'll put in the list. If it's a tech house. If it's UK garage. You know what I mean? Like, I've done this for bloody 6-7 months, non-stop, every single day almost.
Yeah.
I have to get paid for that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's an investment, and that's a key word for a lot of growing artists, like if you want to get to a certain level in your career, you have to find the right investment. And I want to say, just reach out to whoever you can. I think LinkedIn is a fucking amazing tool.
Oh yeah.
Me and you, Sarah, were talking about this the other day. Like, you can find some incredible people on there just from a random message where you think, yeah, fuck it, I'll message them, just in case they come back to me. And you know what? On LinkedIn, I'd say 8 times out of 10 they'll come back to you.
Yeah.
If it's not like 8 times out of 10, then maybe they'll send you a thumbs up on there, and that's it. But it's still something.
Shout out to LinkedIn. Shout out to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then there was 3. I love that joke. Why? It's a bit of a daddy joke, I know, but me and my daughter, we are really, really good at these dad jokes.
Of course.
So dry that it makes me laugh. These jokes, I'm telling you.
I love it. You can't go wrong. It's like Christmas cracker jokes, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that is the same. Probably worse. But yeah, back to the industry. What else? I mean, look, we are providing them with a lot of information. Our prices are competitive when you compare us to the other people, right? And we are doing good. We are giving out good deals, and smart ones out there, they are grabbing these deals, which I'm really happy about. But the people who ends up questioning, everything, I believe they have some internal work to do within themselves because of the fact that they've had some issues in their pasts, which cause these trust issues, right? So
absolutely,
we also need to be understanding in that perspective as well. Like, we got to understand that these people probably got done multiple times by companies or other people, other entities, whatever you want to call them. So when we approach them at a certain time, we perhaps approaching them at the wrong time, or maybe it's just generally it's the wrong time for them every single day. So we're basically approaching the wrong people, but all we can do is just try. So we send them a bunch of emails, we contacting people, showing them and telling them, listen, we have this service that you can benefit from. Our prices are probably the best prices ever you could get in the market. We're trying to help and obviously get paid while we're trying to help. But, we have all these good, solid contacts. I mean, for God's sake, you see our group chat, we throw in big ass names there every single day. Got this, got that, and these are real people literally subscribing to our mailing list saying, hey, send us music, we'll play it. You know what I mean? And the videos out there circulating every single day on the circulation on the YouTube, Instagram, they're playing. These names are there on that video. Check it. And we keep on developing the video because we are getting new names every single day. And I believe we are doing our best, 100%, But like I said earlier in the beginning of this phrase, we can't really help them with the problems they are having to fight within themselves. It's an internal battle that they need to overcome themselves. You know what I mean? I mean, we can try, and that's the reason why we have this artist development package, because we want to help you properly, not just music-wise, but mentally as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. As I was saying before, there was a guy I was talking to. I Skyped him. We had a couple of phone calls. We were talking away, but he kept telling me he'd been scammed before, and I tried to empathize with him. I understand, it can be a nightmare for some people. It can be the end to them wanting to jump out there and maybe getting their music to more ears, more people. And I tried to communicate with him as much as I could. I gave him my word. I saw him face to face, but he wasn't prepared to take another chance. And I totally understand that. And it's a real shame because his music, it's not he lost out on a chance to get it out to more people, but it's just what it is. Some people have been scammed before. Some people have been hurt before. So, it's about taking that chance, trust, but it's a shame that his music can't get out there because he's not willing to trust people to help him, if that makes sense.
What would you both say, in your opinion? Like, what's a best way for an artist to know the difference between a company that's reaching out for genuine reasons and one that is potentially going to take your money and probably run? Like, what would you say is a good way of knowing the difference between the two?
Check out their websites to see if there are any if they are credible, if there is any credibility credentials on their website, if do they have any feedbacks, which we do. Absolutely. And more feedback to come and be added on the website. We are working on that. We are speaking with our clients and they're happy to give us more feedback, so we're going to extend that part of the website so we can actually show these people that, you know, these people are happy and they are giving us feedback. Here you go. So look out for the feedbacks on their website. If you see names and they have social media links, there's hyperlink to the picture or the feedback itself, try to contact these people to see if these feedbacks are real or not. You know, it's great there, advice. It's out there, you could do it. And check out the rest of the social media, check out their LinkedIn account, check out their Twitter, check out their Facebook, check out, you know, Instagram, check out every single social media platform this company has. And if they don't have it, well, my friend, that's a scam. Because
scammers don't put that much effort into social media.
Exactly. We are a legit company. We are literally everywhere, bro. Everywhere. You could find us on any social media platform, just not on TikTok because I just find it silly. I don't know. It's a great platform, but I mean, hello, the ISPs. No, not gonna happen. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna happen. I mean, just check out their social media presence, all in all, in my opinion. Ethan, what do you say?
I would say more often than not, analyze the communication you have with the person. A lot of the time, a scammer is not going to show his face or her face. You know, they're not going to Skype call you. They're not going to be, you know, if you look at the communication, if they're always talking about prices and they're not really willing to get a genuine grasp of what it is, what your goals are as a musician or an artist. And if they're just constantly throwing different prices at you, throwing different sort of obscure little links or odd pricings at you, instead of actually getting a grasp, like I said, of what it is that you want to do and trying to give you more inspiration or perhaps getting a better understanding of where you want to go with your music, I would say 9 times out of 10, that would probably be a scammer.
Yeah.
You know, so analyze the communication. What your point, Serhat, saying about checking out the socials, maybe reaching out to other people that have used that service. That's a fantastic way to recognize whether it's real or fake.
Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah.
You know.
Sorry, guys.
What
about you, Skye?
What about you, Skye? How would you
I think my one adds on to yours, Ethan, where analyze the communication and really analyze what questions they are asking you. Because a genuine company, and something that I always push the entire team to do, is get to know all the details about the artist's goals and what inspires them, what music are they listening to right now, you know. It's small things like that, and it sounds so basic, but when we ask those questions, that goes a long way, because now we know, okay, cool, this is what inspires them, this is what they want to achieve from potentially working with us. That way we can actually take it further, and then we can discuss the payment method at a much later date when they do want to, you know, shake hands over Zoom and move on from there. But yeah, I completely agree with you both, especially like if they ask for payment methods too quickly, then that's always a big red flag.
Yeah, totally.
That's true. Another question for you guys.
Hit me.
Sure.
So we've been working together for like 3 months or 4 months altogether now with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Like that, yeah.
What has been the biggest struggle that you've had so far?
Oof.
That went deep, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Bear with me.
That's a thinker, that one. For me personally, I think, like we said, it's the whole aspect of trust. You know, like how does somebody trust you if they can't talk to you face to face? And even then, It's probably the biggest issue is getting the person that I'm approaching to understand that I'm not trying to just get money from them. I genuinely want them to get their music to more people.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's probably the biggest issue. And that, I think that can be fixed through a lot of communication, more communication about like understanding their goals and seeing them face to face via Skype or Zoom. But that's definitely probably my biggest limiting factor is the aspect of trust.
Absolutely. Because I mean, my personal one would be, I mean, pretty much adding on to that, it's where you feel like you kind of have to convince them of all the struggles that you personally went through to get to where we are, because we've all gone through so many ups and downs with the music industry, and the company was built based off of our biggest struggles and being fucked over a hell of a lot in many, many ways. So when someone either disagrees with you or kind of calls you out on saying that it's bullshit, then that does take a hit on my heart personally. And of course, you know, I try not to let it, but because it's such a passionate thing of mine, where the whole point of me even doing this is because I want to help people so much. I want to make sure they're not making the mistakes that I've seen people do time and time again and get the worst fucking advice they could probably get. So yeah, it's when people just don't believe you and will just call you out on stuff that is not even true. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You shouldn't take it personal because it's their own fuckery, it's not yours. That's their problem. And then when you get throwing stuff like that at you, it's like, hey, you know, that's fine if that's what you think. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm presenting. I know what I stand for. But I think you need a reality check. Go back in your room, get in the mirror, and just have a look at yourself in front of the mirror and ask yourself some serious life-changing questions.
Deep questions, yeah.
Know what I mean? Because that's where the problem really is, not with you. So whenever this occasion happens next, do not take it personally.
Oh, yeah.
You know, brush the dust off your shoulder, say, okay, cool, see you later, done, bye, take it easy, arrivederci, bye-bye, you know what I mean? So tell them whatever you like, but just don't take it personal.
Of course. I know.
Yeah, because you don't deserve that, you know, it's a shame that it's very clear that you do genuinely care about the artists. If you do take it personally whenever they don't want to hear it or they think that you're doing the opposite of trying to help.
Yeah, and they're not the team straight away. I think we can be very, I mean, me personally anyway, I can be very blunt sometimes. If I feel like a client, even someone that is paying us, and a client is very just not listening and just doing everything opposite to what our goal is, the whole point of their speech, I will call you out on your bullshit and say, why are you not listening? Why are you not taking notes? Why are you asking the same fucking questions? So it's a very hit or miss thing. So it's not all about the money for us. It's just about, you know, are you going to work with us? Because it's not just, you know, we're going to give you opportunities and we're going to make magic happen on Radio 1 and shit. It doesn't work like that. You have to work together. It's a team effort.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what? One of the things that actually really, really freaks me out is that in a course of a month, they're expecting to become a fucking global star.
Yeah.
Dude, what you see as an overnight success had at least 10 years build up to it. And let's just say 5 years build up, because some people do actually manage to build things up within 5 years, but he has got some time behind it. But it's all hidden behind that image. You want to sit the fuck down and talk to that person about what they've been through to get where they are right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit doesn't happen overnight. I'm sorry, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And these people are like, but no, shut up, because it just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then when you try to tell them this is a process game, they think that you are trying to get more money out of them. Bro, go and do it without me. Look, I've given you guidance. I've shown you what you really need to be focusing on. You know what I mean? You haven't taken any of my advice, and now you're crying about saying, you know, well, nothing happened because you didn't listen, you stupid dumb fuck. You know, you just didn't listen. When I'm trying to tell you, this is what you need to focus on, bro. Like, listen to my advice. You paying me to advise you, so fucking listen.
Yeah.
And when they don't listen, we get the fucking blame.
Yeah.
And then we kind of put on the spot and like told that we didn't give the right information or we didn't do our jobs when we're doing more than our jobs. We always give, you know, 150% on what we're doing because we really want to make sure that you succeed. But like I said, it's a two-way street. You can't just, you know, take.
No. We told this guy, listen, you see that certain social media account you have, which is filled in with fake followers. Like I call this person out on that, you know?
Many times
I called the artist out. I said, listen, that account there needs to go because it's fake. Here are the screenshots. I screenshot the first post. When 8 minutes after the post, there was like fucking 8 likes. 10 minutes, maybe 10 likes. And then 15 minutes later, 2,000 likes. I'm like, oh shit. That went skyrocketed straight away. Good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I call the person out on their bullshit saying, listen, if you want to be legit, then act legit. Do not go buying fake followers, fake likes. It's just not how the industry works. I'm sorry. Maybe when you are someone that's actually known and you have a real following, like a couple million, maybe you can add a couple of 100,000 fake followers, which will not make a huge difference, but still bump up the numbers a little bit. Maybe then, even then, it's not okay to do it. But just wait. I actually do things properly. Follow the right path. Take that advice that's been given to you. And then when you get somewhere, all these things are going to happen naturally anyway. You don't need to go buy followers or likes or comments.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And all these people trying to get the shortcut. But what they don't know is you have to invest time, effort, blood, sweat, and obviously money. You have to make all kinds of investments. I am sitting here on this chair every time we talk about these issues that are within the industry, with the artist, with the industry itself. And then once the call is over, I'm diving back into my zone, doing all kinds of bloody work, which I love doing. You know what I mean? But I am putting in all the effort that I possibly can. You know, I'm not killing myself over it. When the time comes, I'm like, cool, it's my time now. So I get to reading, I get relaxing, chilling, you know what I mean? I ease my mind before I go to sleep. And I do my meditation before I go to sleep as well. You know what I mean? So when you talk about meditating to these people, like, hey, have you tried meditating to yourself? You know what I mean? It helps. They're like, oh, I don't do all that shit. Well, then that's why you're not going to get anywhere. You know what I mean? Because you're not taking any advice. You're not taking any advice serious. You think doing this is, no, that's not meditation, dude. Yeah, because it's a part. You can do that as well, but that's not all it is. You know what I mean? When I'm advising meditation to artists, to people that I care about, or just random person I just met with it, dive into the conversation. Hey, by the way, it works. You know, it actually works.
Yeah.
And then these people are not taking it serious. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to help you?
Exactly.
You know?
And you know what, when I mentioned that to people as well about trying out meditation and things like that, I say to them, the biggest reason why we advise that is because the whole point of meditation and even just spirituality, it teaches you to love the moment, fall in love with the moment of what you're doing. And you will see everything else pieced together so naturally. And it sounds like, you know, wishy-washy shit, but it's fucking working. I mean, it really does. Every aspect of your life, because if you just enjoy what you're doing, enjoy writing that piece of work, enjoy that development every single day, every single minute, then you're going to start seeing how it comes together and the whole point of why we you know, promote it and teach it.
I mean, meditation definitely helps. It's the number one significant factor of self-reflection. and self-reflection helps you recognize doors opening for yourself. And somebody might take a look at us approaching them about helping them getting their music promoted. They might think, well, if I send you a certain amount of money to promote the music and I'm not going to be famous in 6 months, then what's the point? And my response to that would be, it's not about you gaining success overnight. It's more about you putting your time and effort into a service that's going to ultimately open another door for you somewhere down the line. Like you said, Serhat, it might be in a month's time or a day's time, or it might be, 6 months' time or in a year's time. The more effort you put into doing that, the more you trust this process, the better your chances are. Like your song will be put onto the promos and sent out to the right person. It might click with that DJ, and then boom, it's heard all throughout the world,
Exactly. It's all a process. It is all a process. And just like we said earlier as well, since I've been meditating, I have gained more clarity in my vision. I've touched base with some untapped parts inside of me, with my body, with my brain. And obviously, I've been seeing things more clearly. I've been more calm. I've been more understanding. I've been more respectful. I've been gaining more respect in returns, because it's how it all works. What you give out is what you get back. You know what I mean? So these artists who are suffering from trust issues and not understanding what companies like us trying to do, if you start sort of taking this piece of advice called meditation and try, it's not going to happen overnight. That's also a progress, and it's a process. You know what I mean? Do start with a couple of minutes a day, progress into 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then whatever you can do. Now you're going to start understanding that the issue was within you, but guess what? You started solving it now. So you're gonna have a different perspective. You're gonna take a look at the world in a different way. Now you're gonna start trusting people again. You're gonna start trusting entities again. That you're gonna start understanding not everyone is out there to get you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, this is how it all works. It all works in conjunction with one another, all combined together. And then once all the pieces are together, voila, you have your puzzle there. It's right in front of you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
With artists, when they get stressed out about things not happening quick enough, I've stopped saying to them, it's about patience, it's about development. I stopped saying that because I noticed that it kind of frustrates them even more. So now I just say to them, what's the rush? Why are you rushing? Like, how usually they're much younger than me, and I'll say to them, like, really, what is the rush? And then I'll say what I was doing at their age. And I mean, I've got some crazy stories, but I mean, it just kind of shows that every year you grow in the most spectacular way, as long as you are doing small parts. I'm not saying like every single day. Sure, it takes some days just to do nothing, but just do small things that just lead you in the right direction. And you look back in 12 months and think, wow, I can't believe I got through that. I can't believe, how much I've improved, and, things like that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, I believe that's it for today. Anything else you want to add?
I'm happy.
I think that's it for me as well.
Well, then, that's it for today. And next week, guys. See you later. We'll catch up next week. Was a good one.
Yeah, guys. Thanks very much.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.